it's almost like, I hate to say it, but when you lose your virginity. My name is Jamie Savage, and I am 32 years old. I work at Journey's Kids currently. So I got my first tattoo when I was 18, actually. My mother, for my birthday, gave me money for my first tattoo. It's an awful, awful tramp stamp. I enjoy having the artwork. I enjoy carrying a little piece of each artist with me. It's a very intimate thing. Not many people realize how intimate it really is. It takes hours to do. And as long as you choose the right tattoo artist, you will get to know them in just those couple hours.
I'm Angelo. I own the studio. I'm also a tattoo artist here. As far as when it comes to what would be like the biggest concern with a tattoo is if it's like a job-stopping tattoo, which is something that's going to be out in the open, very visible.
My name is Steve Pedno. I'm an accountant and I run an accounting firm. I don't have a strong opinion on tattoos in the workplace. My opinion would be based on where the tattoos are. So in my line of work in accounting, somebody who had tattoos, well, it's just an expression of themselves. But if they had tattoos on their hands, all over their face, on their neck, I think that that would be a distraction for our work, for our clients. We have client meetings, we have clients come here. So tattoos in and of themselves, I don't have any issues with. People can do what they want. But in my line of work, we deal a lot with attorneys, we go to court at times. I think facial tattoos are going to be a problem. I think, tattoos that run down into the hands where they can be visibly seen could be a distraction, and depending on who we're meeting with, it could be judgmental. I mean, there's generations of people out there that aren't as open-minded about tattoos and things. Mm-hmm. So I think it would largely depend on where the tattoos were.
Usually the professional people that I deal with are still kind of covering it up, so long sleeves and things like that make it so it's hard to tell if someone has tattoos. But definitely in professional fields, I tattoo a lot of professionals as well, so I know that a good amount of them have tattoos, but that is a concern of theirs, is to make it so it is something that can be hidden if necessary.
But yeah, anything beyond that, especially in a conservative workforce, like in a professional environment, like an accounting firm or a law firm, I think that's going to be the norm, that they're going to frown upon tattoos being exposed if they're intentionally exposed. So you're showing off tattoos above the shoulder, let's say. Anything on the face, anything on the hands, I think would continue to be a distraction. So if we had a student, let's say, that wanted to do an internship and they came to an interview and they're covered in tattoos, especially from the shoulders or the neck up and running down their hands potentially, anywhere where it's not practical to cover it, I'm not sure how effective they would be working here.
So I noticed when I only had a few that were not visible at all, it didn't affect my employment much at all. I feel like certain jobs you can get away with being very heavily tattooed versus most jobs you can't. But it doesn't take away from the person that they are and what they're capable of doing. I think that's kind of what always irritates me about that. Because I'm very smart. I can very easily pick up on anything. And when somebody might make the comment like, oh, don't hire, they'll be fine talking to me on the phone. As soon as they meet me in person, it's like, whoa, okay, not what I expected. But you were fine with me on the phone 20 minutes ago when you asked me for an interview. think, and I think that the reason why it has such a negative aspect of it is because when people look at tattooed individuals, automatically our brains are conditioned to say, oh, they have tattoos, like they are not somebody to mess with. Like, leave them alone, they're not good people.
The way that it started was definitely back in the day, the fact that if you wore a tattoo, you were looked at as more of like an outcast, and people were doing it to symbolize themselves that way. Because, you know, whether it be for counter society purposes or just to make a statement. And then, you know, there's also other connotations, like it also became extremely popular amongst different types of clubs and gangs and things like that. So I think to some degree that it got a stigma based on the fact that not a lot of people have them. But now it definitely is getting more accepted where, you know, you don't have as many restrictions. I think the most restrictions happen on a corporate level.
When we're growing up. So I think that our society is becoming more accepting to tattoos. I don't remember a lot of tattoos growing up. I'm sure they've existed for a long time, but whenever you saw one, it was usually, you know, somebody was in the military maybe, or maybe they were part of, you know, they rode a motorcycle or things like that. Today, anybody could have a tattoo. It's a different time. In a professional service organization like ours, I'm still not seeing a lot of people that have really visible tattoos. Now, we step outside of this environment, we go out to clients, we go to retail, restaurants, seeing a lot more tattoos. And just because somebody who's waiting on me or somebody who's ringing at the register has a lot of tattoos or body piercings, I'm not offended by it. I'm offended if I get bad service, but I could get bad service with or without somebody with tattoos.
Hands, fingers, neck, face, anything like that. Those are definitely still some of the rarest tattoos to come across as far as like the tattoos that I do. But it's definitely something that I do notice more and more when I go out. I see people that are, you know, working with as far as cashiers, whatever it may be, having more modifications.
I think that we're pretty freaking awesome. And we have a lot to offer in friendship and in being encouraging for our friends and our family and our loved ones to do whatever they want and be whoever they want to be. We're more accepting and way less judgmental. When I got into cosmetology, I noticed that it was a lot more accepted because you're able to be an individual. You're able to express yourself in any type of way that you want, whether it's colored hair, a shaved head, you know, stretched ears, tattoos, all over the place, on your face, on your neck, on your arms, on your body. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from what you're capable of doing. And that's putting out a good face and making people feel good about themselves. That's more rewarding to me than going to a corporate job and having them tell me, you know, cover up your tattoos, wear a turtleneck and wear gloves. You know, I'd rather do makeup and make money that way because it's just as good money. Might not be as much, but it's just as good, and it's, I think, more rewarding sometimes.